Hello YouTube, and welcome to another general vlog video. Today continues the saga of showing off some of my instruments. I'm not really showing them off. I'm just showing you, doing a review on them, showing you some cool little tips about them. I'm by no means trying to show you that I know how to play guitar. I used to, way out of practice and just, I don't know. But they still excite me. Guitars just, oh God, and this next one coming up. About 3 years ago, I just could not live without this guitar in my life anymore. I don't know if I'm allowed to drop names about bands or anything in here, but I'm going to. And if YouTube, I'm not monetized. So if YouTube don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm not, no copyright infringements or nothing. I'm just showing you some of the people that inspired me. You know, I grew up in the 80s, grew up in the 70s and the 80s. And, you know, I was all about the big hair bands. And I was all about Ozzy Osbourne, AC/DC, Judas Priest. And my favorite of all times was Eddie Van Halen. The guy could do things that I could only dream of doing at the time. At the time, like I can do them all now, right? No. So anyways, but as I got older and mellowed out a little bit more, you know, I started listening to, you know, I didn't much care for the 80s country, but there were a few that were coming out, like Randy Travis and Travis Tritt and stuff like that. See, Travis Tritt come out in the 80s? Travis Tritt was not even who I was thinking of. Travis Tritt, I think, was in the 90s. Let's go back to Dwight Yoakam is who I was thinking of. I like that style of country. And then throughout my older years, I started really liking like the Waylon and the Merle Haggard and the Johnny Cash and stuff like that. So, you know, of course, I've got my 52 that I made a living with for 20 plus years. Not that precise one, but that sound and that style of guitar. But there was always something missing, and people like Diamond Rio had that sound. And now more recently, like Brad Paisley. Not that, I mean, you can get back into Clarence White, which was the original, and the Byrds, you know, gosh, it just, the list goes on and on and on. But I had to figure out where that sound was coming. Now, I could mock them somewhat, but I couldn't do it completely. You know, trying to learn the technique of a steel guitar and bending strings, I had it somewhat, but there was still so much more missing. And of course, then I find out that it's not just a B bender that I'm missing in my life, it's a B and G bender, which I do not have yet. I'm going to have the G bender installed on this guitar. I just don't know when. I want a drop D tuner like Waylon had, and the banjo key, you know, things of that nature. But that's all down the line. I've got more pressing things. I've got kids to raise. I don't play anymore. It's just things that I want. And, oh, the list goes on and on and on. So let's get on with this show. We're 3 minutes and 30 seconds into it. And I would like to introduce you to the second love of my life. Actually, since I got the Merle Haggard Telly, this might actually be the third, but I don't know. This is another love in my life that is another heirloom quality guitar, in my opinion. I'll have this guitar until the day I die, and then one of my children will have it. Both of my boys play guitar. My youngest daughter, I had her playing bass for a while. She never really took an interest in regular guitar. And then my oldest daughter, she played keyboards for a while, but lost interest. Never could really get her into guitar or bass or anything of that nature. But anyways, so probably my 52 and this one will go on to my boys because those are players. Probably like my Merle Haggard Telly will go to one of my girls. I don't know how it's going to end. Probably my Van Halen will go to one of my girls. You know, I have 4 or 5 guitars that I will have till the day I die. This is one of them. So let me introduce you to love number 2, love number 3, whichever love this is. And for this one, I have to put on a strap. So there we go, we've got it. Let me take the tuner off of it. So this is a B bender, and what a B bender is hold it up here a little bit. You can see this little apparatus right here. Well, you can also see an apparatus on the back, which is this whole chrome plate, and it has a fine tuner here. And basically what it does is it pulls on the strap button right there. That's where my strap is. And if you can see on the back, you can see the little lever there. Now watch that little lever move. As I push down on the neck, away from me on the neck, it moves and it springs right back where it needs to be. So let me put it on here correctly. It's got strap locks on it, so I don't have to worry about any of that. As I push it down, boom, it pops right back where it goes. So, and what that effectively does, if you're watching this, you probably already know what it does, but there's some out there that'll watch it that have no clue. So I'm going to cut my head off here for a minute and actually show you. Let me see if I can back the camera up just a little bit. I don't want you guys not to be able to see my pretty face. I think we might have it a little bit better now. So basically what we have here is this little contraption is hooked to a string. Hear that? That's the string going to it. And if I click the B string, we get a little volume up there. If I click the B string and I'm going to push down on this as I do it, that ain't the way that you do it, but I'm going to show you. Wait a minute, did I just click the wrong string? I did. Wow, I said B, and anyways, you click the B string. So if I do it a couple times, and I can hear hear that coming through my amp. That's because this guitar hasn't been, I got it 3 to 4 years ago, and then I went through a divorce, and I just didn't play it, and I haven't played it, and it's been sitting over there. But anyways, here it is. This is a Nashville Tele. This is a USA made. Some of you, I don't know, some of you want to see right there, Fender Telecaster, USA made. On the back, you know, I don't like to show my serial numbers, but, you know, it starts with, it looks like DS or, oh no, US, I'm sorry, US. Love this guitar. I haven't played it a whole lot. Now this is set up completely different than my 52. My 52, I explained to them what I wanted. I almost wanted it to have that. We heard rumors years ago that Waylon Jennings used to file his frets down, used to use a metal pick, used to put his action real low, and it almost had that vibrating sound, metal against metal. I don't know, and I don't think that's really what it was, and even the people at Fender Custom Shop said no, but they set it lower than any guitar I've ever had. Most people can't play this guitar. They pick it up, you know, I have to use a super, super, super light Jen Dunlop pick, 38 millimeter USA nylon, because I do a lot of that. And I can see little pieces of fuzz. I did, however, notice when I picked up the 52 to do a review on that, man, that neck was sticky. Normally I keep a brown paper bag, like, you know, you used to go to the store and they'd say paper or plastic, and you would say plastic. I always said paper because I would use those, crumble them up and feather them out, really use them, and that's what I used on the back of my necks. Well, through that one sitting around, it started getting sticky and it was bad. So this one here I did at least wipe down. Not that it's going to make me any better, but oh well. So let me kind of show you. I'm on the back pickup. This is a Nashville Tele, which, so in theory, it's actually kind of like a Strat. You've got 3 single coils. You've got a 5-way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way position switch. You can even get in between positions. We're not going to get into all that. We're going to the basic bones of what this thing is. So I'm going to play it just normal, no beat bender, no nothing, and we'll kind of go from there. Oh, I tried to use that beat bender, didn't I? And I was going to try to use it to bend a G. So that's it. I mean, I just strum. Alright, so that's it. That's basically what it sounds like. So now if you add the B bender into it, so you've got something like, that just sounds kind of normal, but when you add the B bender, so anyways, there's that. You know, you hear that. Of course, I can hear that. Man, I need to oil that or just start using it some. So excuse me why it kind of looks like I'm doing inappropriate things to my guitar. Ah, there that sound's gone. Okay, so there it is, and I'll show you on. Let's get a different sound. Alright, let's go back to this one and get a little more volume. And by the way, I'm dimed out on the guitar, both volume and tone. Alright, so I'm not going to do this right because of copyright infringements. No, I'm not going to do it right because I don't know how to do it right. So here's what we got. I wasn't supposed to do that last one. So that's what the beat bender does. I do a lot of the G bending, but if you watch somebody like Jimmy Olander with Diamond Rio, he's got a little thing here that runs another one, a lanyard attached to his belt buckle or belt loop, and he can do the, down for the beat bender, but out will bend up the G. I'm doing it with my finger, and that's where, when I do that's the way he does it. But when he does he's actually doing that somehow with his G bender. I gotta figure that out. So I'm gonna have one installed on this eventually, not right now, who cares, blah, blah, blah. So that's what it is. So let's go with, okay, one more song. Well, I messed that all up, didn't I? Anyways, So let's go with just a, let's pick a basic run like, let's, I'm not even going to double pick it. Okay, so I'm just going to go. And then we'll do a G, C, and D. Here's something a little bit flat in there. So, but we're not going to worry about that. So now we're going to go to position 2. Now I'm not a Strat guy, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know exactly what pickup toes are. But I do know this back one. And I'm going to have to do a click test to verify. So apparently I had to shorten my cord. That's why I kept going up on my volume. Noise alert from a second ago. Okay, so I'm on the back pickup. Shoot. That's the back pickup. None of the others are working. Now we're going to go to number 2, which is, that's what I thought. It's these 2 pickups. So we'll do the same. And we'll do the G, the C, D. Now I hear a lot muddier of a tone. A lot muddier of a tone. Okay, so now, and I'm dimed out all the way down here. So now let's go to the middle position, which that don't make any sense to me. Okay, so the middle position is these 2 right here, the front and the back. So I'm going to turn it back down again, and we're going to do. Yeah, now we're back into, I like the front and the back mixed. I like the back better, but the front and the backs, I've still got that that chicken picking kind of, you know. So that was this one and this one. Now we're going to go up to position number 4. Click. Okay, so that is middle and front. And instead of sitting here pecking on it with something, it seems like I would have learned this before. But I just want to show you that is middle and front. So we're going to do the. Now to me that sounds a little muddier on the rhythm, but I like the individual. It takes a little bit of the tone off of it and almost hollows it out. I don't know how to explain that, but I like the sound of that. So now we're going to go with, boom, front pickup, which I'm pretty sure is what I just said, front pickup. And it is in fact, front pickup. Ooh, I like that sound. No future, no past. Raised by the moon and loved by the moon. Wanted to last. If you ever have forever in mind, I'll be here and easy to find. If your heart isn't ready to lay down with mine, if you ever have forever in mind. Oh, I forgot I was recording. Oh gee, I probably need to start this over. You know what? No, I'm not going to start. I have no voice. I understand. Sometimes the guitar speaks to you. You start playing something, and it makes you think of something. I couldn't remember it at first, and then it's just an old Vince Gill song, and please don't make fun of my singing. Make fun of my guitar playing, make fun of my ugly guitars, make fun of my weird clothes, make fun of my dumb hat. I know I can't sing. I'm not trying to, I didn't want you guys to hear that. So anyways, that's what we've got. I mean, you know, I can leave it up on the top and do some bending. You know, I can't play a whole lot on this thing because I haven't learned yet, but and that is on the neck pickup, all the way to the front. But, yeah, see that? That almost sounds, this is going to sound weird, but that almost sounds singular. But when I put it up to the front, it almost sounds doubler. That's not a word. Double. It sounds richer, it sounds fuller. So, I'm a telly picker. I'm a 52 telly picker. I keep pointing back here. I'm not pointing at my butt. I'm pointing at my 52 back here. I slam it to the bridge pickup, and that's where I ride. All night, no matter what I do. If I do a little bit of blues or something, I will go to the middle pickup. Very rarely, but... So, I get stuck in a rut. And I'm stuck in that back pickup. But I just found out. I mean, that front pickup... pickup actually spoke to me. I know, yeah, you non-guitar players aren't going to understand that. But as soon as I started playing that, I started to hear, I couldn't think what it was at first. And if you listen to my horrible singing, at first I was humming. I knew it was something, and it was talking to me. I just wasn't listening just yet. And then all of a sudden it come through, and unfortunately you guys had to listen to my horrible voice. And I know what's going to happen. I'm going to lay in that bed tonight, or on the couch tonight, and I'm going to think, oh God, I ain't posting that video, and we're going to do a new review on this guitar. So, anyways, there it is. Look at the back. We still have the old skunk stripe. We have on this one, we have the Fender stamped keys. Nothing really to tell you about back here. Let's get it off and see. So the neck plate says Fender, Carina, California. The bead bender says Fender bead bender, Parsons green, string bender, which is Graham Parsons. Anyways, is that right? Yeah. Anyways, and here's the little mechanism. I know you guys, can you see this? There's where the string goes through. You know, you skip. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You actually skip this one to run it through the bead bender. But if you didn't want to run it through the bead bender, you can run it through there. That's. I mean, look at this. I even had it long enough. All the stickers are still on it. Well, I've had it long enough. I just haven't played it. As a matter of fact, the plastic might even still be on the pick guard. It, in fact, is. Yes, it is. Wow. That pick guard's starting to yellow, but you know what? That's just the plastic on it. The plastic is still on the pick guard. I just haven't logged a lot of time into it. A few of the things that I would like to modify on this one, of course, is getting a G-bender put on it. That'll pull this way. I don't really know how that works. I'd have to go back and watch other videos. I would like to have a drop D, either just a standard drop D tuner or the banjo style. I'm not picky. Probably the Scruggs banjo style. I know that's what I want on my 52. If you'll look like Waylon had one on his. I'm happy with the pickups. Of course, I'd like to clean it. Add that. And I would like to add more of the 52 style dome top knurled. I mean, the knurl feels about the same. Is that? Well, it sure feels like that locks right in full open on the tone. Volume button doesn't feel like that. And we don't have any push-pull. Just making sure, because I've never read the papers on this. This comes with tons of case candy, the whole 9 yards. The only part of the case candy I'm using is the belt, the strap lock, stuff like that. You do have a fine tuner back here. So, you know, if your B string, when you bend it, it's a little sharp or a little flat, then, or when it comes back, it's a little sharp or a little flat, you can minor adjust that. I've never had to mess with it. Now, I will tell you, when I first got this guitar, let me put it up here, and I'll talk for just a second, and then we're going to get off of here, because I'm already embarrassed. You guys have already heard things you shouldn't hear. Let's get up there and get that off there. So, no joke. I mean, the guitar spoke to me. I followed it. I kind of forgot you guys were even here. We're 28 minutes into this, so we'll run it about 30 minutes. Boy, that's a long time for a review on a guitar. No better than a review than I did. When I first got it, I put new string. I think he had like 10s on it, and I'm like, no. I use Ernie Ball Super Slinkies. I always have, always will. You can't talk me into anything different. Now, my Taylor acoustic, I do run is it the Nano Webs? Some type of a web. I run those on my Taylor. And of course, I run the Cat Guts on my Classical, which will probably be my next review, and believe it or not, is my most favorite guitar out of all of these. It is my #1 guitar, but there's different reasons for that, and we'll get into that when we do that review. Blah 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 blah. I can just go on and on and on and on. When I first put my set of strings on there, he had 10s. I wanted my 8s, 9s, whatever it is I run. I kept breaking my B string. I think I broke 2 or 3 of them. And I don't know if it just needed to set in or what, but finally I put, I wasn't putting new sets on it. I put a new set, and then I kept buying more B strings, putting them on there. But I think I broke 2, maybe 3, and then now that's been on there for unplayed for at least 2 or 3 years, and I've not had any problem whatsoever. I think this is my 4th year of having this guitar. I think I had it 2 years before the divorce, but it could have been the summer before the divorce. Could have even been that winter. I don't know. I got it wrote down. I got the receipt. I've got all the paperwork. That's neither here nor there to you guys. You guys don't care when I bought it. It is probably, let's see, 2015, 2016 somewhere thereabouts is the year model on that. It's the Nashville Tele with the B-bender system on it. I think it was $1,800, something like that. I don't think that's the one I gave $2,100 for. I don't remember. I think it was like $1,600, $1,800, maybe even $1,900. That's for that one. And so anyways, that's 2 guitars down. We still have, and I told you on the last video I was going to turn you guys around and show you, and I didn't. But this is what we have. We have, let's start down at the bottom. That's my son's guitar. That don't count. I won't do a review on that. Well, I might. Who knows? There's that one. There's a bass. There's a 5-string banjo. There's another classical. There's a F5 mandolin. There's a fiddle. There's a guitar that I made in high school. There's a guitar that has no strings. There's my Taylor. I don't even know. You guys can't even see those. Why didn't you tell me? Anyways, down there, starting at the top, all the way to the wall is the fiddle, and then a guitar that I made that's kind of seafoam green. And there's a long story behind that. When I do the review on that, you're really going to be amazed. I don't know. That I made that guitar because of the sound that I wanted, and right after I made that guitar in shop class in high school, both Kramer and I think Fender, I know Kramer, and there was another, I think it was Fender, started making ones that were similar to it, getting the body and the sound that I was looking for, and I was chasing sound, and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, then one with no strings, then my Taylor, then a 4-string banjo, a tenor banjo that's an heirloom to me, and then my Merle Haggard Tele, and then I can't remember what the Iceman or something like that, the Ibanez up there. It's hard to do this when this thing's on tripod. And then just no Washburn that I've got. I was looking for different, I've got a humbucker. I've got another humbucker. And then I wanted a humbucker single. Then, like the Strat, and my Tele has the single coil. Anyways, there's more under the bed, there's more in the closets, there's more in other rooms. There's more. I hope I can get to all of them. May or may not end up showing you my baby next. And it's really weird because it is the cheapest Fender that I own, I do believe. Yes, it is the cheapest Fender that I own by far, by at least $1,000. It's $1,000 cheaper, and it is my go-to. We might get to that next. I need to take a break. I'm rambling on, blah, 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 so I'm going to get off here. So do me a favor. Like, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. And when you do subscribe, click that bell notification down there so you can see what my favorite... I have a 52 Tele reissue, and I have a Fender with a B-bender. Ooh, I like that sound. Fender with a B-bender. You've got to hear me sing, which you may not. I don't know. Wish I knew how to edit. But all of that fails in comparison to the next guitar that I want to show you, which is the love of my life. I tease and say that these are. This one truly is. I log a lot of hours onto this guitar for no better than I can play. That's pretty bad. So, this is General Vlog Videos. You guys have a great day, an even better tomorrow, and an awesome night, and we'll see you on the next video. And don't forget, you know the drill. I'm getting ready to poke your ear, ain't I? Yeah. I'm getting ready to poke your ear, ain't I? Ain't I? Aren't I? Isn't I? Whatever. I'm getting ready to poke your ear because I'm my own cameraman. Goodbye.